Hi students, welcome back. This is Plus 2 Computer Science, Chapter 11 Database Concepts, Part 1 video. Before getting into the video, please do subscribe. So in this class, you are going to learn about data and information, database, database management system, and database structure. Let's start with an introduction to database. A database is an organized collection of data, generally stored and accessed electronically from a computer system. So it is nothing but collection of data. Collection of data is called as database and it is stored in table format. So the term database is also used to refer to any of the database management system, the database software or an application associated with the database. For example, a school class register is a database where names are arranged alphabetically. So this is an example of database. And class register will be in a table format with full of rows and columns. The names and the attendance will be maintained in a table format. So let's see what is data and information. The term data comes from the word data, which means raw fact. So the data is a fact about people, place, or some objects. Now look at this picture. Here we do have data, that is name, age, class, mark, and subject. So all these are the examples of data which is unprocessed. There is no complete meaning in this given data. And a data may contain any character. It can be text, it can be word, or it can be number. So what we have to do to get the complete meaning? We have to process this data. So when you process the data, we do get information. So now look at the information. Rajesh is 16 years old, studying in class 11, has scored 65 marks in computer science subject. So DBMS is a software that allows us to create, define and manipulate database. So it also allows the user to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, retrieve the data and manage the data. And DBMS provides us with an interface or a tool to perform all these actions. And also it provides protection and security. So now let's learn about the characteristics of database management system. We do have 7 characteristics of database management system. So let us see one by one. The first one is data stored into tables. Yes, all the data is stored into tables created inside the database. And the second one is reduced redundancy. Unnecessary repetition of data in database was a big problem, and to avoid the repetition we do have a process called normalization. So this normalization is used to divide the data in such a way that the repetition is minimum. And the third one is data consistency. On live data, it is being continuously updated and added. So maintaining the consistency of data can be a challenge. But DBMS, that is Database Management System, handles it by itself. And the fourth one is it support multiple user and concurrent access. So it allows to update, insert, delete data at the same time and still manages to maintain the data consistency. And the fifth one is query language. DBMS provides user with a simple query language, that is SQL. It is used to fetch, insert, delete, update data in database. And the sixth one is security. DBMS also takes care of security of data, protecting data from unauthorized access. And the seventh one is database management system supports transaction. So it allows us to handle better and manage data integrity. So these are the characteristics of database management system. Let us move on to the next topic, that is advantages of DBMS. Segregation of application program. That is, a software does not need any knowledge about physical data storage. It is used to communicate with database management system. It is done with the help of structured query language. That is the meaning of segregation of application program. And then minimal data duplication or data redundancy. It means duplicate record is reduced to the minimum count. And then easy retrieval of data using the query language. What is meant by retrieval? The stored data will be taken back for use. That is actually called as retrieval, fetching the data from the stored place. It is called as retrieval. It is easily done with the help of query language. And finally, it consumes very less time to create and to maintain. So these are the advantages of database management system. Now let us move on to the next topic, that is components of database management system. So here database management system can be divided into 5 major components, that is hardware, software, data, procedures or methods, and finally database access language. So these are the 5 different components of database management system. So let's learn about hardware. The physical component which you can touch and feel is actually called as hardware. The computer, hard disk, I/O channel for data and any other physical component involved in storage of data is called as hardware. And the next one is software. This main component is a program that controls everything and it is capable of understanding the database access language. And the next one is data. It is a main resource for which the database management system is created and it is used to store and utilize the data. DBMS is used to store and utilize the data. And the next component is procedures or methods. See, first of all, we need a general instruction to use DBMS, to install DBMS, to manage database and to take backup, to take report, everything we need general instructions. So that general instructions comes under procedures or methods. For each and every action, we do have procedures. And the final component is database access language. So here we need a language to write command, to access, to insert, to update and to delete data stored in any DBMS, that is database access language. So these are the 5 major components of database management system. First of all, we need hardware and then we need software to be installed and later we need data to be stored in the memory and we need procedures to take backup, to take report, and finally we need query language to access the data, to retrieve the data. So all these are the 5 major components of database management system. So now let us move on to the last topic of this class, database structure. So database is nothing but it is a collection of table. So let's see what is table. Table is the entire collection of related data in one table. It is referred as file or it is referred as table or it is referred as relation. So 3 names are given for a single table. It can be called as a table or relation or file. So a table is created with rows and columns. So every single column in a table is called as attribute and every single row in a table is called as tuple. So this is the complete structure of a database. And every single row will specify one individual's data. If you look at this particular row, it will be one person's data. And every single column in a table specifies one data type. The first column represents number data type. You can find only number. And the second column will be holding names of the students. Like that, every single column will have individual data type. So I repeat here, the entire table is called as relation and every single row in a table is called as tuple and every single column in a table is called as attribute. So now let us quickly get into the recap. In this class you have learnt about data and information, database, database management system, and finally, database structure. So that's all for today. Thank you.